What is game technology and why can it be the start of a really promising career locally and internationally is something I want to talk about in this video briefly. When most people think about game development and game technology, they immediately think about computer games only, which is a very big part of where this technology is being used. But there are a lot more options available when it comes to industries that use this technology and are looking for people that have the skills to use it for their companies. Games can be 2D, 3D, they can be augmented reality, educational software, and so on and so forth. But there is a always very similar process behind them when it comes to developing them. What you're seeing here is what we call a game engine. This is essentially the core of every interactive media app and game development environment. This software tool is where all the different specialists on a game development team put their work together in order to build the final piece of software that then can be sold or handed over to the client. What we do is, after a planning phase, our different team specialists, like 3D modelers, game artists in general, coders, and so on and so forth, work together and build the things that they have to build so that when everything is put together, the final product is done. 3D modelers, like what you see here, build our 3D environments, architecture, cars, 3D models of characters, and so on and so forth, that are then being used in the game engine by other specialists to make them be part of a world and construct worlds using uh, artificial materials, particle effects, and lighting to create the look of the game or the app that we need for the final product. Another big part of the game development side are the programmers or coders. Those guys use the game engine to take everything that the other guys create, including sound, and now use code to make it accessible and play on demand to create interactivity in the app or in the game whenever we need it. So they have to work together. 2D artists are still a big part, even in a 3D development environment. As you can see here, we use 2D graphics to enhance our environments, make them more believable, and so on and so forth. And user interfaces are also part of their work. Later on, then we add lighting to make the world look even more realistic or better than we had it before. And this is where we get a little bit into the film set kind of design. As you can see, this can be a fictional environment like what you see here, or it can be, as you will see later, a 3D environment that is very realistic. 2D games are still a big part of the game industry in general. They make billions and billions and billions of dollars each year. And the development of a 2D game is not a lot easier than a 3D game. I would say they're on the same level. But in game development, when it comes to 2D games, we use the same tools that we would use for a 3D game or a virtual reality app or anything else we can do with that. The only difference is we don't use 3D models for the environment, but we use hand-drawn 2D elements and graphics to create our environment, the character animations, the buildings, the environments in general, plants, and so on and so forth. One example that I want to show you to illustrate that this is not only about game development and you are limited to game development when you choose this is the District 6 project that you see here behind the scenes of. Our students from 2023 created the District 6 VR experience in the beginning of 2024. As you can see, they're working, as I mentioned before, as a team, creating all the different aspects of this virtual reality experience, including the code and the 3D models, and figuring out how virtual reality works because they've never done it before. But with the basic skills that we taught them, that enables them to go into new technologies and stay relevant. The virtual reality experience that they created was more of a documentary style kind of interactive virtual reality world recreating the former District 6 here in Cape Town, and it's now part of the actual museum. So this is one example of where this technology can be used outside of the actual gaming world, and many other industries are interested too.